I can hear.
Turn me up in the headphones. Welcome to another beautiful night, Ava. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. What's going on?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. And y'all know what it is. It's the A&I show. And knowing and understanding that men are from, wait, who y'all? Women is from Venus. Women are from Venus and men are from Mars, meaning we from two separate planets. We in the same solar system, Ava, but
Mm-hmm.
two separate planets. You know what I'm saying? And we are here, Ava and myself are here to bridge that gap to help you with your situationship, your relationship. Ava added this, your flings, your things, you sing about, bring them out. You know what I mean? Them entanglements, my personal favorites, the entrapments, or whatever. And however and whoever you want to do it with. It's the A&I show. It's your boy, the legendary Robert Winder, your mother's favorite host, your father's favorite host, your auntie's favorite host, the cable guy who came over here and adjusted our cable for the low, Ava. I'm his favorite host, you
Mm-hmm.
know. For sure. It's the R and the A&I. And with me, as always, my lovely co host,
It's Ava. Just Ava. I said all country. Ava. Uh,
Ava.
I'm from the Shy. It's your girl Ava. Just Ava. All my friends call me Ava. You may also call me Ava. And we have got a show for you today.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So let's see. What are we talking about today? Topics for today: closure for what? The Toxic Avenger,
Mm.
the funniest thing we've seen on the internet, and then make women believe again.
Now, you saw what that title say. And make sure,
I believe.
hey, but you ain't no believer. Um, and make sure y'all send y'all questions as always because you guys are the talent. You know what I'm saying? We get these questions from you to help you in all your endeavors. Not endeavors, Ava, endeavors. So I'm going to go
Mhm.
on and read that first question for us, Ava. Hey guys, I was having a conversation with some friends and we were wanting to know why men don't do closure and what is the problem with closure. Ava, since I read the question, it's on you. So what you gonna do?
So let me see. So why don't men do closure? What's the problem with closure? I'm not a man. I don't know why men don't do closure. But what I will say is that I don't think that there's a problem with closure. Closure just symbolizes the end of something and, a way for someone to move on, be it male or female. I think where the problem comes in is, especially for women, is what you'll accept as closure. So a lot of times, so now here's where probably the issue is. Um, when women want closure, they want a man to like give them these answers. They want these answers to the questions. They want to know why, or they want an apology, or whatever have you. And you just might not get that. And so that's really where the issue is. We have to realize really what real closure is, and closure, real closure, I'm not talking about the closure where you go back because you just want to like have one more conversation or whatever have you.
Right.
But closure comes from within. You gotta close it for yourself. And that's what the issue is. Like when not all women, but a lot of times when women say we want closure, it's we want a conversation with that man. We want him to apologize, um, or we want to rub something in his face, or we want him to give us answers. And honestly, you just may not get that. And so closure comes from within, where you self-reflect on the relationship
Mm-hmm.
and you understand why the relationship ended, and then it ends for you, and then you move on. Sometimes that's got to be your closure because you ain't always gonna get this, you know. I did this because of this, and I'm sorry for this, and I just want to apologize. I feel like most of the time you're not gonna get that. And why men not doing that? I don't know. They shady. I don't know.
Y'all were shady. you know, Ava, you know it's coming back.
I don't know. I don't know why. But if you ain't gonna get it, you ain't gonna get it. But that can't be your reason for not moving on. That's my thing. If you're
That's
not
true.
getting, you're gonna have to self reflect and keep it moving, honey.
Self-reflect
That's my advice.
and keep it moving, honey. So, Ava, are you done or are you finished?
I'm both
Both
finished.
Ava, can I call you Ava?
Of course.
For sure. Ava, I just so happen to
Mhm.
be the man on this show.
Yes, yes.
And closure, and why don't men do closure? And
Hmm.
you, sister, hit it right on point to the reasons why men, even though you're not a man, you don't do closure because not only are you guys shady, you guys want to
Wait, we're
throw it in our face. You said it, Ava. You want an apology. You want answers to why. Ava, men don't do closure because guess what? We don't know the answers why. Because the first answer you're going to say is, why did you cheat on me? Why didn't you? We don't know why we did that, Ava. We just out here floating. You feel me? And so we don't have an answer for that. Men do not think about,
yeah.
and one it comes back to what you said to me a long time ago, Ava. Men who either get divorced or are not in relationships with women, their lifespan is shorter because men, we don't think about consequences. We don't think about closure. We don't think about none of that. And that's the reason why we're thinking about an apology for what? If we're over and done with, what am I apologizing for? I probably already said I'm sorry, but my sorry wasn't good enough for your standards, wasn't up to, you wanted a limousine and you wanted flowers and you wanted a parade, you wanted Jackson State to come down the street and, yeah, yeah, exactly. You wanted Jackson State to come down there and play some song that you love. You know what I'm saying? Baby, it's you. You're the. No, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Once we done, we done. Here's the real answer, Ava, because you already answered. Men don't do closure, number one, because of the fact that we honestly like to keep that door open. Number one, we like to keep that door open. Men like options, Ava. Hence, I always say that men like to eat from the buffet. Men like options. So even if our option is being a little petty, that we don't want to close things out with you because we want to keep you on that hook, just in case situation A, B, C, D, and maybe even F is not working. We want to make sure we can always come back to what used to be our number one. Makes sense to me because I'm a man. Number two is like you said, Ava, men do not keep track of the who's, the what, the whys, the whens, the where. Honestly, we don't because we don't care about it. At that time, we are in that moment. So we're in that moment and we're going to do whatever we're going to do and we're going to approach whatever we're going to approach and say whatever we have to say in that moment. And then after that, it's gone. Why her or why him nowadays? You know what, Ava? Men don't put that much into cheating or put that much into sex or put that much into sexual physical contact or activities because men, we just see it as a physical activity that we partook in for that moment. And guess what? Boom, we're gone. So we don't have a reason to do it. We felt like we needed to do it just to do it. We were bored. We ran out of money, something. So men don't do closure because we don't remember none of that stuff. It's not the fact that we shady, Ava. We're not shady, and it's not the fact that we don't care. It's not the fact that we are trash. It's the fact that in reality, we really are beings that go forward in life and do things that we do. It may cause us pain, it may cause us damage, but guess what? We live in that moment. Men live in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Some of it is calculated. Some of it we just doing it because we aggravated. But other than that, we out here floating and doing what we got to do. When we get a wife or we got a relationship, and then all of those, this is probably why we have problems in them, Ava, because we get all of those standards and things that we have to do, that continuous thing. And sometimes some men struggle, a lot of men struggle with that. You know what I mean? Because we are used to just blowing and doing what we got to do for the sake of us, not being selfish, but just for the sake of us. We like to have fun. We like to get out here and kick it. All of this other stuff y'all talking about, we don't remember, y'all. We don't know. We don't know why we did it. You're not getting an apology. We probably already apologized. So, hey, if you're looking for that, oh, let me help him out, Ava. If you're looking for that from a man, you might as well give it up. Like Ava, listen to Ava. She said, for real, she said sometimes that's got to come within that closure. You got to get that from within yourself, because if you're expecting that closure and you're not moving in and you're not moving on and you're being stuck because you're waiting for this man to close out your relationship, yo, it's not going to happen, because we'll keep you on the hook. We'll keep you on the hook for 15 years. It is what it is. And that's all I got to say about that, Ava.
Boom.
Do you feel like we helped them, Ava, for real?
I hope so. I mean, really, there it is. Honestly, that yeah, it's got to come from within, boo boo, ma'am. Go back and listen to my 2-minute warning on radical acceptance.
Yes.
Accept that it is what it is.
It is what it is. And that's
And
all
you,
it can be.
yeah.
We do too much. Go ahead and introduce the next segment, Ava.
So the next segment is the funniest thing I seen on the internet. So I chose this video this week. I randomly came across it, watched it several times, and with just a lot of videos from this particular person. But we chose this one for tonight. So we hope y'all think it's funny too.
Ava, I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was funny.
Oh.
I can't even front. So here we go. Funniest thing on the internet.
Dear babe, I didn't know how to say this to your face, but I'm leaving you. I can't take the heartache anymore. You slept with my brother Rick, my brother Bobby,
And Grandpa.
my father, our neighbor,
Both neighbors.
both neighbors,
Alex, Michael, Jeff, Rodney, Alan, Greg, Maurice,
Kevin, Kenneth, Randall, James, Timothy,
Brian, Ryan, RJ,
William, Marcus, Richard,
John, Edward, Paul.
And that's just not how a marriage
Wait,
works.
there's more. TJ, Terrence, Thomas, Randall.
I think we made our point.
Jared, Steven, Brett, Chris.
Derek.
No, not me, I'm her son, but I think Chad almost hit it. Alexa, play Use a Hoe by Ludacris.
Dear babe, I didn't know how to say this to your...
Ava.
Okay.
Ava.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I thought he was gonna say my name in there. I got so nervous. I was like, please don't say Robert.
That was what he was like. He was like, "Oh, I'm her son," but I think Chad almost hit it.
That was pretty good, Ava. I like that one. Great choice.
What?
Great choice for sure. For sure. But
Now, sometimes they put the ladies.
Yes. Yes. For the ladies. He could have put that, he could have actually put that DMX in the background of it, and it would have went crazy. For sure. But I like that one, Ava. The funny honestly, we're gonna bring, hey, if y'all got anything, the funniest video on the internet for y'all, send that to us as well. We will definitely play it. So Ava, are we on to the second question?
We are on to the second question, the Toxic Avenger. Ava and Rob, I've been struggling in my relationship for a while, and I have a question. How do you know if you are in a toxic relationship? And if you are, how do you get out?
Got to be more careful. For sure. How do you know? Ava, that word toxic has been thrown around a lot. I don't know if it's a generational thing. I don't know if it's a thing or a thing, but that word toxic has been thrown around a lot. And I'm pretty sure you probably looked up the definition of it because you are very smart. So I ain't gonna steal your thunder on that one. So the question was, because I didn't look up the topic on that, but the question was, how do you know if you're in a toxic relationship?
Right.
And I'll be honest with you, For me, I'm gonna definitely say if you are in a toxic relationship, these are my keys. These are what I think that. And remember, we're trying to help y'all, so we may not be 100% right, but it's gonna be 100% tight for sure. For real. So in a relationship, if you know if your relationship is toxic, the first thing I'm gonna be honest with you, if you consistently feel sad in your relationship when you're with that person, you don't you're sad. The happiness is at 20% and you're sad 80% of the time. That could be a sign of a toxic relationship. If all your joy is gone, that same percentage, that 80-20, if you only got 20% joy in that relationship or even less and it's going away, you might be in a toxic relationship for sure. If you feeling mad all the time or you feeling anxious, your anxiety level up, you ain't never had blood pressure issues and your
Mhm.
blood pressure is up, your weight is up, you know what I mean? Um, you could be in a toxic relationship. If you are resigned to go out to events with this person or even resign in the relationship where you're actually physically and emotionally pulling yourself back in that relationship, it's not good. If you're getting jealous of people and everything seems negative to you, so you're probably in a toxic relationship. And it's not good. And you definitely need to get yourself out of that relationship because the individual who is causing you this strife, the individual who has you engaged in this, if you weren't a toxic person before, if you're a happy, joyful, loving person, you had a good time, and if all of that has changed, those traits have changed to those couple things that I've mentioned, then you need to get yourself out of that relationship. But Robert, how do I get myself out of a relationship? I love them. You don't love them. You don't love them at all. You can't. No, you don't love them, Ava.
Um,
Love ain't got. That's not love. That's not love that you're feeling. What you could be feeling is you could be feeling a sense of what's the word I'm looking for, Ava? Not love, but you could be feeling a sense of that I need that person, that this
mhm,
person makes me go, or this person. You could be fooled that you really do love that person. If that person makes you feel this way, like you don't have no joy, you're sad, you're mad, you're pushed back in your relationship, you're pulling away, that's not love, and that is toxic. And you do become the toxic avenger. You started off being sweet and now all of a sudden you got all these toxic things about yourself. Everything that comes out of your mouth is negative. Nobody really wants to be around you no more, and people are being concerned about you and your behavior because they're not used to seeing that, and you yourself are becoming toxic and you have allowed that person that you were in a relationship with to cause you to become this way. Now, if you are the on the other end of that, Ava, and you are the person that is doing these things, you, my friend, need to cut it out for sure. Go be toxic by yourself. Don't pull nobody else. And they always say what misery loves company, but
mhm.
misery need to cut that out. You know what I'm saying? Cut that out. If you're a toxic person and you are damaging this person's mental, you're damaging them physically, it's not good. And eventually, either it could end in a violent way if it doesn't. I mean, it can go several different ways, Ava, these toxic relationships, or you can end up hurting somebody for sure. You can end up hurting somebody and they not being able to correct it. So if you are the person that's on the end and have become toxic because of the relationship, get out. If you are the person that's doing and causing this toxicity, I don't even know if that's a word, Ava. The toxicity.
Yeah, okay.
The toxic Concordia did something for me. Go ahead, Cougars. Toxicity. Then you need to cut it out, man. Go. You probably need to go seek some help. You need to go. You need to call Ava. Come sit on her porch. Not her porch, but sit on her couch. It's leather, and just let it out. Tell me about your mother. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Did she love you? Did your dad hug you? Was your dad around? Ask all of those questions. and just
Mm-hmm.
let it out. Cry. You know what I'm saying? It don't hurt to cry. They say a man ain't supposed to cry. You know what's gonna happen, April. Public announcement. Shout out to public announcement. But no, seriously, on a serious tip, Ava, that person needs some help.
Yeah.
So if you're doing it, and the person that's probably getting the toxic needs to come talk to you too, Ava. And that's my take on it, man. That's how you know if you those are Robert's ways of knowing that you're in a toxic relationship. What you got, Ava?
I think you had some good points, right? And especially that initial disclaimer, right? Which I also want to put that, toxic is not, it's not even like a real term. It's like kind of made up and we throw it around a lot.
Yes.
So I feel like my first disclaimer is, and no relationship is perfect. So in relationships you have, issues that you sometimes have to work through. And
Yes.
so it may or may not be toxic, right? But we love to say the word. And I did look it up
I
because
know
I
you
was
did.
like, why did they choose this word? It's not a DSM diagnosis. It's not like a real mental disorder. But toxic just means poisonous. And so I was like, well, that's interesting. And that makes sense. So I guess my personal definition is a toxic relationship is any relationship that's poisonous to you, that's killing you, either verbally
Mhm.
or emotionally or mentally, even financially, definitely physically. If it's something like that, then you definitely have to get out. Um, and then I think the second thing about a toxic relationship, if we want to call it a toxic relationship,
Right.
is, and you said this too, is it's a pattern of behavior. Like just because one time y'all got into an argument, it ain't no toxic relationship. People argue. Um, but if there is a consistent pattern of behavior where you are being verbally or mentally or emotionally abused and you
Right.
are unhappy more than you are happy, then you might be in a toxic relationship. Here's another thing. This is my personal opinion, is that it takes two to tango
True.
to have a toxic relationship. It can't just be like he toxic or she toxic. No, if it's a toxic relationship, it's the two of y'all together. So someone, someone now codependency is a thing.
Yes.
Someone is a giver, someone is a taker. So how you get yourself out is to get yourself together, figure out your role in this relationship. Are you the giver? Like, are you giving, yourself and allowing this person to kind of take from you? Um, or are you the taker? Are you, then which would be considered the more toxic person, I guess, and allowing somebody to give everything to you and you're not giving anything back? Whichever one you are, you need to get yourself together,
Hmm.
right? And maybe seek some therapy,
Yes.
like you said. If you're the unhappy one, like maybe you're the one giving and feeling like you giving everything, um, then you need to find any amount of strength that you can muster up
Right.
to leave. Get yourself a good support system, a friend, a sister, a brother, a cousin, a somebody, a therapist who can help you and hold you accountable too, so that you don't, you know, keep doing this. So I say it's toxic if it's stifling your growth. Um, and yeah, but I do believe it takes two to tango. So y'all both got to get yourselves together.
So you're saying they both toxic, huh?
I don't know. I just don't think somebody can be toxic by themselves. If someone is, yeah, I don't think you can't be toxic by yourself. Somebody's allowing you to be toxic,
True.
you
That's
know?
that's good advice, Ava.
Yeah.
That's good
Still
for
get
sure.
yourself together. I'm not blaming nobody. If you toxic, get yourself together. But if you, but if you allow somebody to do something to you, you also need to get yourself together. That's what I mean.
You could be toxic yourself, just accepting it. Like, I love this.
Because some people like that. Like I like when we fight and then we do it, and then like we doing this all the time. I mean, sometimes it's okay, but
Ava, stay focused, baby.
consistent pattern of poisonous behavior.
I love it. Consistent pattern of. We should put that on a T-shirt, Ava.
Yes,
Consistent pattern of poisonous behavior. Toxic.
toxic.
Toxic. You think we helped them, Ava?
I hope so. I mean, y'all love the word toxic, so
They love it, Ava. They love it. So we are on. Y'all know we are on to the next because we finna close this out in a minute. Now I've been trying to help y'all, Ava. And Avia, you are literally the creator of this segment, the Make Women Believe Again segment. You created this, Ava. This is your baby. I'm just delivering it.
It's definitely, I definitely don't want to take credit for this.
You have to. You are the deliverer. So, guys, if you have your kids around, there are some scenes that may not be good for kids, but they show good for me, Ava. Make women believe again. Why men are creeps. Ava, this your baby. Here we go. Ladies, it's the Make Women Believe segment once again from your boy, the legendary Robert Winding, live from the Winding Estate. What's going on, y'all? So I'm here to discuss why men are creeps and how you need to work with us and understand what the situation is. Men, and I want to say men because I've been a man my whole life, men are visual creatures. Men are easily seduced by the look of woman. If you don't believe it, it's been going on since the beginning of the time. If you don't believe me, angels, fallen angels from heaven, came down to earth to lay with earth women. If the angels in heaven can't resist y'all, us being mortal men, how do you expect us to do that? And if you don't believe me, go ahead. Try me. Genesis 6:4 is going to tell you that I'm telling the truth. And the truth shall set you free. Anyway, I want y'all to believe in us. Men, we love you women. We really do. And we want to just make sure that you're not missing the boat with us. So these are the things that we have to put up with no matter where we go, ranging from the grocery store to the gas station to Walmart to pick up some eggs and some drinks that you sent us to do. Hell, at work, just rolling around in the neighborhood. Men are visual creatures. You know, we're on the internet. You see things on Instagram. As soon as I turn my Instagram up, I see some clapping going on with no hands. Wow. Every picture that you've ever seen as a man, if it's a group of women, what's the first thing they do? Is they turn their back to you so you can see their butt. When you go on to events, women wear the smallest clothes they can possibly have to accentuate their positives. So once again, are we really truly the creeps? Or are you guys really truly the creeps? And we are just a victim of circumstances. I'm about to show you what I'm talking about. Shame, shame, shame. Trying to understand how we are the creeps. So, ladies, with these images that we see every day as men, knowing that men are visual creatures, knowing that men are easily seduced, just work with us. Help us out, okay? Give us a game plan to avoid these pit holes and these pitfalls that we got to go through every day. It's hard being a man. It's tough out here for us brothers. So help us. Talk us off the cliff. You know what I mean? We don't all want to eat from the buffet. Help us out. Men are visual creatures. Put some clothes on. You know what I'm saying? Wear some drawers and a bra every now and then. Believe in us. We love y'all, ladies. This is your boy, the legendary Robert Wyndon, hoping that I helped you understand that we may not be the creeps in this situation. It just may be you guys. Back to the A&I show, and I'll holla. Go ahead. That was making women believe again, Ava. Why men are creeps. It may not be us, Ava. It just may be y'all. What you think?
What I think? Well, it certainly did not make me believe again. It was the creepiest. It was the creepiest video of them all. It was and solidified in my mind that you guys are creeps.
Got
Because
you.
like, okay, so some girls, shaking their booties, whatever. First off, how do we assume that those girls make those videos for men? That we do anything we do for men? But what we do know for a fact, Robert,
Uh-huh.
is that men do what they do for women. Sometimes women get dressed up for their girls, sometimes for ourselves. It definitely is not always about men. And sometimes it is. I'm not going to say that, but that's not what it's always about. And, you know, and maybe they're doing it because those girls in the videos, they know you guys are creeps. They know you're going to watch. Then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, look at her butt, look at her booty. Oh my gosh, look at her butt.
I like
That's
the
what we do.
I like the couple of them though. I double hearted them, baby.
And, it's really you guys. I mean, you made me believe that you guys are creeps. I already believe that though.
But y'all
I don't
don't. Hey, but y'all the one putting out the creepy material.
because they know y'all creeps. Because we know y'all creeps.
It's a shame. Part three
Guess
next.
what?
Part
If
three
you
next
wasn't
week, Ava.
creepy, if you wasn't watching the video, then it wouldn't be nothing to put out.
It's a great point, Ava. It's a great point.
We know
Anyway,
what men like.
part
It ain't
three next week. Part three, Ava. Making you women believe in us again. That's Ava's baby. I'm just delivering the message. All right, y'all. We want to thank y'all for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you. Can go ahead and follow us on social media.
Mhm.
Don't follow Ava on Instagram. You can follow her professional page, but not her
Mhm.
regular page. But you can follow me on all my social medias. We out here getting it cracking. You know what I'm saying? It's a movement, Ava. Make women believe again. It's a movement. I'm gonna get it on the shirt and the hat. You know what I mean? And we out here, we supporting black businesses. We didn't talk about none of the stuff that was happening on the news. It was absolutely crazy what's going on. But, you know, here we are. And here we will be to the end. You know
It
what I'm
is.
saying? RIP DMX, RIP Black Rob,
Yeah,
RIP Shock G. You know what I'm saying? Support black businesses. Smoking Barbecue on 45. Know them. Nitty's Barbecue. That's my boy. Play ball with him. For her. Cloud High. Marvelous Creations. Betty and Brenda. Janelle's Creation. Kamara.com. Gusto. I'm wearing the Gusto brand right now. Um, Corey Fades. Who else we got? Ava. Support Ava. Support
yeah,
her book. She's still out there pushing books like Wait.
definitely.
Support your boy. The
Like,
support your boy, the legendary Robert Wyndon. Support my pages, my channels, my books. I'm support the Make Women Believe Again gear that's gonna be coming out here. And you know what they always say, Ava? Players don't retire. We just try our luck at a different game. We just shake, shake, shake them. 6-8, 6-8 running mates. Sometimes you crack, sometimes you win, but you got to stay in the game, baby. What you say, Ava? Why, Ava?
I say,
Why?
what?
Yes.
Creeps, I say. Uh, love is what you make it and with whom you make it. Make the most of it.
Make the most of it, y'all. I appreciate that. Thanks for hanging out with us on the A&I show. We'll holler at you.
Well, holla.